Hello! And welcome to Turtle Laughing as the very first sound in the stream. DobbsQuest Season 1, Episode 17. We're here. We made it.
Game over.
How did that even happen? Oh, I know how. There we go. Apparently, nope. Apparently, sound random and sound are two different commands. I have to remember to filter both of those out. Yeah. So, too bad, GQ. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is DobbsQuest. This is what happens on DobbsQuest. It's just the sounds of Turtle laughing in the background while GermDove spams the soundboard. And we do that for 2 hours, and then we call it a night. DobbsQuest is the weekly adventure where we play Dungeons & Dragons, but not really Dungeons & Dragons, because we're actually playing Ironsworn, which is a different system. So, players for this evening, as always, joining me, we have Daysnick playing the part of Serene, the Elven Bard. She's out there somewhere.
Hello?
There she is. We have Turtle playing the part of Torgan, Brave Warrior.
GameCube has informed me that trains do not run on roads.
And speaking of, GameCube playing the part of Glane, the Sneaky Thief.
Tonight's adventure is brought to you by Squarespace.
Thank you.
Where's my money?
I hope I'm getting a cut of that. So, tonight we find ourselves on episode 17 of these misadventures, with the party heading back to where it all began, the Bastion, a well-fortified collection of cities at the top of a large plateau. This is where they originally set out from for their inaugural adventures. And they're actually going to be passing back that way again. Their current target, as you can see from the vows section there, is they are trying to reach the Shroud. Well, actually, it's not listed on here anywhere yet. They're going to journey to the Bastion first and then make their way to the Shroud, which is a ever foggy collection of islands out in the sea, where, rumor has it that they have learned, the last known location of some of the mysterious elves have made their home around what is known as a mana spring, a source of magic in the world, which the party has learned. These mana springs are out of control, and so the elves are working tirelessly to hold back the pure amount of magic from just completely engulfing the continent. So, let's see. We last left off with the party at Greatfield, city of Greatfield, where they have a history of doing great things for the city. The party has good reputation here. It's developed a sort of bond with them. But a mysterious murder occurred. Overnight while they were staying. And based on the note found with the deceased, this was a threat on the party's lives. And so there are many travelers and traders in town, mostly because the party has managed to deal with some of the bandits along the roads. And this has kind of left a little bit of suspicions thrown, like who could have done this? Why would they have done this? So the party's plan was to make semi-public knowledge that they were leaving with the next set of traders heading back towards Woodbreak, and then did not leave in hopes of throwing someone off their trail. And the party has kind of been hiding out, watching to see if anybody follows. And that's where we are. That's where we left off. The party hoping to catch someone in the act of tailing them, but no such luck. The caravan set out for, well, it's just a single party of traders with some great field guards among them, along with Zora, I believe. Traveled off to the east towards Woodbreak, but as far as the party can tell, they were not followed.
Well, if we weren't followed, then I mean the only thing to do is move on.
Is everyone on board with this?
Serene had spent some of our time holed up doing some studying on any books she could get her hands on. Kind of trying to study the history of the town and get an idea of if there historically had been any other interesting, anything that would show up, that would mean something to her, with a background as a scholar and kind of the magical stuff. Just looking for any clues that might indicate why it's always in Woodbreak and seems to be only in Woodbreak, since there seems to be no sign of anybody tailing that this is happening. Yeah.
Doing a bit of research, absolutely nothing suspicious about the settlement. No great magical events or great tales that would point to anything that could cause something.
Okay.
What did I do to deserve this?
I signal over to Serene and Torgan and ask to speak with them in the caravan. Privately.
You mean in Zora's house?
You guys have not actually left. You are still hiding in Zora's house.
Oh, you made it sound like we were already gone.
No,
Okay,
the traders did leave, but without you.
Intentionally. We pulled that whole stealth, haha, you thought we left thing.
Okay, well then,
That's the
private conversation in the house.
Okay.
Very easy to do.
Okay. Yeah. So, someone seems to have it out for us around here. Someone's watching what we do. I might not be able to shadow walk anymore, but I still know how to disappear. I think when we leave town with Zora to go to the next town, we need to be dressed like the guards that are policing the town right now. Everyone's on high alert. There's guards everywhere. It's not going to be weird if he's accompanied by guards. If we're those guards, we can get to where we need to be without whoever's watching us knowing it's us. We can go through the next two towns, get our mission done, get whoever's on us off our scent, and it'll still be the three of us doing what we need to do, just undercover.
Well, it's probably going to be 3 days until Zora gets back from escorting the last trader, so...
Did he go with them?
Yeah,
Yes.
he went with them the first time.
He and a few other guards.
Okay, well then,
Part of our
we
route.
can be another, extra battalion of guards that are sent to make sure that...
We could try to escort the next batch of traders back, but I'm not sure how he would hide Torgan's shield or his sword to not be suspicious. Like, I
mean, we can make some kind of pack in the whatever we're traveling in to hide our specific gear and just carry regular guard weapons on the exterior.
I think whatever is keeping tabs on us must somehow be anchored here. We can't seem to... I feel like I'm missing something, but I haven't been able to find any information to give me a clue what it might be. There has to be something special about why it keeps happening here, don't you think? Why only here?
I'm just thinking that whatever we do next, if it's under the guise of being guards, whoever is trying to keep tabs on us, not knowing where we are for a long period of time, is going to make them get careless and play their hand.
That's possible.
It doesn't hurt to just be dressed differently and still be on our main task.
Yeah, we can try sneaking out undercover.
Corgan, what do you think?
That seems fine to me.
Yeah. Our first ruse to try and bait them out didn't work, so this is the next logical step.
You know, to be fair, this wasn't a very good plan. I mean, what am I looking for? Suspicious behavior or what?
Yeah, and people, don't seem to worry too much about the guard presence. They seem to be doing their actions around the guards. We're a little bit more observant than your average guard, so they'll slip up. We'll be around. We can get our things done. And when the time is right, we'll go from there.
Seems fine, as this is the captain of the guard's house. Surely he's got some spare outfits laying around that we can borrow. And I'll just put my shield in a sack and carry it over my shoulder.
There you go. All right,
Yeah.
So plan is to pose as guards for the next set of traders that are traveling back to Woodbreak. And then from there, who knows?
Business as usual. We just look different.
Yeah.
And we don't do actions that clearly call out who we are.
Right. All right. Are we ready to leave Greatfield then?
As long as we've procured our armor and disguises and equipment, then yes.
Yes.
All
I
right.
don't know of any reason to linger.
All right. Well, in that case, we'll make one more attempt, the next attempt at progress on this journey here. So this is part of our undertake a journey to Bastion move, and this is a dangerous journey overall. So we will need to get a wits roll.
Trying to type around a cat.
Okay, a weak hit, but the important thing is that means you did make progress without any sort of crazy interruptions. But you did suffer a little bit of supplies along the way. The road is still not, it does not provide well. The journey is, although safe from bandits for now, there's not much place along the path to stop for water. There's not much food to gather along the way. So dipping into supplies a little bit here and there to keep things moving. But after a few days, you are able to reach the end of the road at Woodbreak, where it all began. A fortified settlement out at the sort of border of the Ironlands, with a heavy wooden wall around it. It's a sort of well-protected village. which you know all too well, trying to infiltrate it months ago. And you have a bond with Woodbreak. So if you wish, you can sort of. Well, here's the thing. Are you wanting to make yourself known?
That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to make a sojourn roll, you can, but doing so, you're kind of going to be seeing a lot of people, seeking comfort, gathering supplies from them, interacting with them a lot, and there's a chance that you could be noticed.
Yeah, we saved them from catch us, so we're
so
pretty...
you're kind of a big deal.
Yeah. There might have been a party. I forget.
There was a whole feast.
Oh, yeah. They went all out.
Yeah. Is there something that we need to get done in this town before we move through, or can we just treat this as a flag?
I mean, if you just want to keep moving, you're more than welcome to do so. Your supplies, okay. It'll at least get you back to the Bastion.
There's got to be some places between here and the Shroud that we can resupply at. They don't know us.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
the main city.
Yeah, once you get back to the Bastion, once you get to the surrounding regions, it's a lot more heavily vegetated, animals around, all the rest.
Natural resources. Yeah, we don't need to stop here.
We could always go to Mornbridge.
That is a complete opposite direction.
But it might become a necessary side quest at some point.
True.
But I don't know that we're ready to make that trip right now.
That's on the other side of Greatfield.
Oh, okay.
I say we venture forth.
All right. So.
Unknown lands.
A short-lived, very well-known lands.
Yeah, we've been through here before. This is where we got attacked by wolves when we were first on our way to Woodbreak.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, a very short-lived passing through of Woodbreak. No one really noticing you since you are kind of keeping a low profile, keeping disguised, keeping hidden, and you're able to. Yes.
Question: at some point, we're going to have to We're going to have to meet up with Zora and give him back the uniforms we stole.
That's a good point.
Borrowed.
I mean, do you have to?
I mean, it'd be kind of weird to be wearing their uniforms if we keep going to the next town. Well, I guess how uniformy are the uniforms? Like, do they have the town?
The town
do they have the
emblem? Let's roll it. A lot of the settlements out in the Ironlands are not super well stocked, but they might take the effort to sort of adorn their clothing, to mark where they are from. So let's give that. Let's give it a straight up 50-50. So.
Yeah. 50... I could see where they wouldn't bother. I could also see where if you're a guard, it's you have something on your arm marking some kind of some kind of authority, or right. If somebody finds you out in the wild, lost and injured, they know where to take you.
Right. So we'll say 51 and above. Yes, there's some kind of emblem marking it as Greatfield. Now, whether anyone will actually know Greatfield, that remains to be seen. It's a small settlement in the vast wastelands, the vast unknown of the Ironlands. So 51 or above, yes, there's an emblem on them. 94, yes. These uniforms are identifiable as part of a set. Anyone seeing the three of you will recognize, okay, those three people are together. In a crowded city, no one would probably care. They might not even recognize that they saw three people dressed the same, but it's however you want to play that.
It's performance art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer to stay undercover until we've finished our business in the Shroud, because we've been talking about it, and anyone watching us might know our ultimate. That's as far as destination as we know about. So anyone who knows anything about us might know that's where we're headed. And
Well-
if they lose track of us, they might just send a fleet to wait there for us. And if we walk in as guards, they won't even pay us any mind.
The
I think
question
we were
right now.
I think we were trying to make sure we only talked about going to Bastion. I think we were trying to not name drop going to the next elf place, and it's not a place that is known to many people. So even if we accidentally slipped up, the odds of anybody knowing what that is are fairly slim, unless they are themselves some type of magical being.
Right. So the question now is, do you want to keep the uniforms or give them to Zora?
I imagine when we get to Woodbreak, Zora is going to be like, huh? Because
that was not part of the plan, yeah.
And, it's obviously like his guards, right? And he's like town guard-esque kind of guy.
Right.
So, quasi in charge. So,
We can let him know they've become a necessity, and we will get them back to him, but at a later time.
Is it crazy to try to say, I mean, after all of these adventures, and that we have a little bit of maybe spendable gold of some sort that maybe we left for him, like, hey, we borrowed these, here's a couple dollars.
I was just thinking we might be able to get him to switch us out some shirts from here, some unmarked shirts, and just swap them out.
Okay,
Yeah,
just have him do some trading around and make that work.
Some
Yeah.
t-shirts from the losing NFL team for the Super Bowl last year, and
Mm-hmm.
Is he really like a Blockbuster Video? Does he have to have the stuff back?
I mean, presumably not. Presumably
Of
not.
a point.
Sarah can just sew some more.
Yeah.
There was probably a whole armory of these that we took from.
So let's see here. In this case, you are attempting to gain leverage or make preparations. So this is going to be a move of secure an advantage. Now, let's see here. You guys are trying to get some different clothes. Now, Zora's going to be handling it.
On our behalf, because
On your behalf.
he's our point man right now while we're undercover.
Let's see here. Let's have this be Glaine's role then. Kind of a bit of a deception attempt here, even though it's not you guys actively making the attempt.
This is like, how good a disguise can he get us?
Yeah, exactly. And then how well can you guys
A roll
Fix it
to
up.
continue a deception
Why
against
are
everybody else.
Why are there 3 pandas walking through this town?
How strange.
So roll 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, a weak hit, a short-lived advantage, so Glane takes 1 momentum for that. So let's see here. A short-lived advantage. Okay, yes. He's able to get you guys some sort of shoddy clothes available. Now, they are not... they're not going to be super great. It's not like this... It's not going to really help you blend in very well. Specifically, you guys wanted something that did not sort of flag you as being from a particular place or anything like that. So perhaps the issue here is, yeah, he got you some clothes, but maybe they're very brightly colored, a little bit garish. And so, yeah, you're not flagging yourself as being from anywhere in particular, but you kind of do stick out a little bit in places.
It's workable.
It's workable. They're ugly clothes, but They don't say, "Hey, we are 3 people from Greatfield."
And
not a-
bright
it's not a horse
colors are
costume.
okay.
Yeah.
If it hides our identities. You know.
It just means that we look ragtag and like we went dumpster diving. And
More
I
or
mean,
less.
honestly, that's gonna kind of be in our favor, I think.
Yeah. This is kind of
We
the
don't want people to pay attention to us.
this is the scraps, rags kind of thing. But it will let you kind of hide your identities to some degree. And then Zora will take back the uniforms, get those back to Greatfield.
Logical.
All right. So, do we press on? Is this it? Do we head back to the Bastion now?
Yeah, if we try to restock or anything, they're gonna definitely recognize us.
Most likely. So not even staying the night. The party is immediately heading on down the road.
Well, when are the traders leaving? Because like that's our.
Okay,
That's
you
our
are
cover
gonna be sticking with them. All right. Of course, now you're
I
not
feel
dressed as
like we
guards
should.
anymore. So, just some travelers. Nothing suspicious about that.
We're just hired help, like
Okay.
you do.
Okay, so you're still the guards. Just not
So
an
to
official
speak.
Greatfield business anymore, and you were heading this way anyway, so
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I got a spear. I can smack a
yeah,
wolf.
it's believable.
I still have my bow.
Yes, you still have all your supplies still, just with a little bit extra on top to sort of conceal yourselves. Then I guess we want to make the next roll on the Undertake a Journey, which that's going to be wits.
Oh. I'm on it. Artemis says hi and is upset that I'm making her move off the keyboard.
Meow.
hello, Artemis. Meow, 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 meow.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh. Okay.
oh, 1. Red 1.
Yeah, I made sure to highlight the ones because I have to remember if it is a edge roll that Serene makes while wearing her mask, there's an extra penalty. So I have to remember that.
This isn't edge.
Yes, it's not edge. This was a wits roll, so we're good. But I do not want to have my bot keeping track of like, oh, well, here's your wits score. So when you roll wits +3, this is what happened. I don't want to do that.
But yeah,
So
no.
I'm just gonna highlight every one. Okay.
This probably isn't worth a momentum burn, right?
Well, that's up to you.
what's
well-
the consequence?
Boys.
Pay the price. Waylaid by a perilous event.
I mean, it means
Oh.
we get attacked by wolves or something and we're
Most
gonna
likely.
get dinner.
Most likely
So-
attacked.
I mean, we need fresh meat for dinner anyway, right?
This isn't Molsk country, is it?
No, we got attacked by wolves last time we were moving through here. I would
now-
just assume it'd be something.
Maybe they want revenge
Comparable.
now.
Possible.
All right, so
Killed my brother.
letting the dice land where they lie.
Yeah, I feel like that tin will have better uses.
Yeah, probably. Okay, well, then we have, yeah, definitely an attack of some sort. So let's see here. All right, so as you guys are heading along, you are attacked out in the woods. You are getting closer and closer to a distant, steep cliff, which you remember.
the cliff?
What's that?
I remember the cliff.
Yeah, which you know as sort of the side of like a large plateau on which the bastion sits. But still out here, down below, you are still within the heart of danger. And so as your caravan stops for a break, a small meal or something, a rustling in the nearby underbrush catches a little bit of attention. You sort of keep hands on your weapons, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. a massive boar charges out from the greenery. Now, Serene, where you are from, you are familiar with the boars. They were, dangerous there and quite large. But here, down in the Ironlands, they are even bigger and even meaner, attacking without warning or provocation. So just being near this thing has just driven it angry and ready to attack. So it just charges forth, just barreling straight through the collection of traders that were traveling. So we need to do a enter the fray move. All right. So that's going to be, this is a, what is this? This is a dangerous foe. All right, dangerous, a boar. So that means it's going to be 2 progress per harm, and it inflicts 2 harm on an attack. All right, so...
Is this an opportunity for me to use my blade bound?
Oh, I believe it is. Let's pull that up. Asset, blade bound. When you enter the fray while wielding your kin blade, add +1 to the roll and take +1 momentum on a hit. All right, so let's see here. I believe that Torgan will be entering the fray with iron. Or is this an? Or perhaps this is more of a wits roll. It's the same score either way. He's taken by surprise by the sudden charging creature, so it's kind of an ambush. So he quickly draws his kin blade, and he will be getting to roll Iron Roll 3 because of his the sort of spirit inhabiting the sword.
It told me to attack, and I did, and it was mostly right.
A weak hit. But because it is a hit, your blade bound ability does give you an extra momentum for free, just for landing any hit. Doesn't have to be strong hit. And now, because it is a weak hit, you get to choose either to take initiative or to take 2 momentum and not have initiative.
You know what? I'm going to take the momentum and then hang back.
Okay.
We'll let somebody else have it.
So
I've really been poor on momentum lately.
Yeah. All right. So this monster of a boar charges forth straight towards Torgan. Torgan finding himself in the middle of all of this. He's got his blade barely drawn when the creature is upon him. What does Torgan do in this situation? Hold ground, dodge out of the way. What is Torgan's move here?
I'm going to take a swipe at one of its legs with my sword as I roll to the side.
All right. Roll iron. That is an Iron Roll 2. A strong hit. Yes. All right. Now, you get to choose one. So you've already... That deals 2 harm to the creature, which puts it at almost halfway completed on that track. Now, you also have gained the initiative, and you can either choose an extra momentum or an extra harm.
Take another momentum.
All right, that puts you up to 9. All right, so Torgan, seeing the oncoming danger, readies his blade and managed to carve across the creature as it charges forth, and he deftly sidesteps it, readying himself for another charge from the creature. This boar is just driven mad with fury and is not letting up, completely abandoning its own well-being. It sees this massive crowd of people, but it doesn't even care about the numbers advantage. It's just here to wreak havoc. So it
An arrow
turns.
in it.
It turns, and Serene is there with her bow prepared. So let's get Serene to enter the fray as well. Let's see here. I'll let Serene roll. Well, at this point, we'll give you the 3. We'll give you the 3. We'll make it all. Everyone's ambushed. Why not? So iron roll 3 to determine the initial setup here. A weak hit. And also, presumably, you are not masked. Is that correct?
Yeah, I can't without definitely revealing identity.
All right. So, are you going to take initiative
the
or the
undercover thing.
momentum? You're already at 10
I'm
momentum.
already maxed.
Yeah. I'm taking the initiative.
So we're gonna take initiative, yeah.
All right. So Serene, sort of stepping out of harm's way as the boar charges into the crowd, while Torgan takes a slash at it, and Serene takes this opportunity to knock an arrow and prepare to fire.
Jump up on the closest wagon and just get ready to.
Getting ready to strike. So this is an edge roll, which Serene has 2 in edge.
Yep.
Oh, and a strong hit. Oh, and you know what? That also maxes out the progress bar on this boar. Are we ready to end the fight?
We're gonna eat some bacon.
Man,
Bacon for dinner tonight, guys.
Blaine not even having an opportunity to shine here. All
I
right.
blend into the crowd.
I mean,
Yes.
it's just a boar. At this point, we've killed all kinds of stuff. A boar is nothing. It's a small game, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the crowd. Hey, look, a heroic group of
That
two.
got a little close. A little bit close there.
Ooh.
All right. The foe is no longer in the fight. They are killed out of action, flee, or surrender as appropriate to the situation and your intent. The boar is struck down by Torgan's blade and Serene's arrows. The creature skids to a halt, and everyone takes a moment to sort of collect themselves, but are quite happy that the situation is handled so swiftly and surely.
Doreen will just be like, "Who's the cook?" And just kind of look around while putting her
Beat.
bow back across her back.
All right.
But it's that guy over there that pointed out the 2 heroes.
All right.
Oh, you mean that guy with the ugly pink thing peeking out from under his cloak?
I'll bet that's him.
Okay. So, the fight is over, but you still have not made progress all the way back to the bastion.
Can we take him as supply?
Let's see. If you can make a resupply maneuver here,
What if I did that?
you could also
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
Because I'm a
that could
veteran.
be.
So
Ooh, that's a good point. You do have a bit of a bonus on that. Let's see here. Asset veteran, when you resupply by looting the dead on a field of battle, add +1, take +1 momentum on a hit. All right, so it will be a wits roll. Iron roll 3 in this case because of that +1. Finally getting to put that to use. A strong
Yay.
hit.
no
So-
venom here.
So
Bacon for dinner.
Where are
Bacon for
BLTs?
dinner. Bacon for dinner.
So Glane is now at 10 momentum as well, and you guys are back maxed on supplies. Congratulations. Well done. Good call out there, GQ, on the veteran. You finally got a chance to use it. Didn't quite match the flavor, but I'm okay with that. The field of battle, as your veteran status.
Pig flavor.
You know how to.
He's
Find
got
the
lots
dead
of
pig.
experience. He's got lots of experience butchering
Mhm.
slain animals.
That's right. All right.
And witches.
So with that, are we ready to begin the hopefully now the final progress on the journey to Bastion?
Yes.
We just need at least a weak hit. A strong hit and a match.
With
All
a
right.
match? Heck yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the thing though.
Hey.
We have to actually roll to reach the destination, which is an iron progress roll, against a 10. So we're just hoping to see no 10s on the pink dice on the right.
No
The
10s.
10 on the left is expected, 10 on the right is bad.
What's the worst?
There we go. All right, we got it.
Yeah.
So, on a strong hit, the situation at your destination favors you. You may either make another move at +1 or take +1 momentum.
None of us need momentum right now, actually.
Not really. So I think it's gonna be all right. Well, let's figure out first off what is the party's next goal here. You have arrived at the Bastion. This is a so your caravan has traveled up the steep cliffs that overlook the first several miles of the Ironlands, and arrive at the top of the plateau. This is sort of a naturally defensible point and has therefore become sort of the hub of civilization in this area. The Ironlands are vast, but extremely dangerous, full of deadly creatures. And so this area here at the top of the cliffs has become the safest area around. The cliffs on all sides, and also has arable land for farming. The east side of this plateau borders the sea, which is how Serene initially arrived here for the journey that you guys went on in the Ironlands. And the sort of central area, sort of the inner city, where the leaders congregate, and so that's kind of the furthest away, best protected from the Ironlands themselves and other surrounding regions. So it's kind of a collection of semi-autonomous cities that all sort of form a ring around the sort of inner city of Bastion. So knowing that off on the opposite side of the Bastion is where you would need to go to actually find a ship. So what's the play here? What's the plan? What are you guys thinking?
So the path to the shroud is over the water.
Yes.
Okay.
The shroud is a small collection of islands. So the first thing you're going to need to do is actually find someone who can get you there. 'Cause
Right.
it's not the sort of thing you can just set off down the road like you've been doing in the Ironlands. This is a whole nother ballgame.
And we've never been here, so no one already has any.
Well, Serene
Knowledge.
spent some time here before she ended up getting hired on to escort the caravan. She's been here for some time.
Yes, all three of you have been here before, since this is where you initially left to enter the Ironlands in episode 1. Now, how long before that? Unknown.
You know, I bet Glane would know people here that could maybe put us away in a bit of a stealthy, some of your sneaky people colleagues could maybe get us a nice basement apartment to share for a day or two. Discreetly.
Does Glane, so that is the question. Does Glane actually know anyone in the Bastion? We don't know a whole lot about his backstory. We've gotten a little tidbit of some of his like early training days, but we don't know much about what has like what brought him to the Bastion initially, or how long he was here. He might not know anyone. What is Glaine's relationship with the people of the Bastion here?
While I do know a few that operate here, it's not like I can go to their house. They don't have a place that they can always be found, because that's not the nature of how they work. If they're nearby, I might be able to pick up on that, but there's nowhere that I can go where they just all hang out. You know, it's like it's not a bunch of people that like to make themselves known.
Of course.
Sneaky.
And if I'm not being myself, you know, I'm not going to be noticeable and carrying myself in that way to raise any suspicion.
I mean,
So
if the goal...
it might be something that comes up, but I can't just go somewhere and expect to find it.
Yeah.
Is there some place that you were known to hang out? Did you have a route, perhaps, where they might expect to see you?
I mean, I operated through here, but I was kind of everywhere, so I don't have like a haunt here. Just like them, there's nowhere that they would go to find me, for sure, just like I couldn't them.
You know, this is uncharacteristic of me, I know.
Mm-hmm.
But desperate times and all that, it looks like we may have to steal a boat. I don't want to do it, but it's for the greater good.
It comes to that, but the first thing we need to do is find a place to lay low. We need a base of operation here, because it's gonna take some doing to make arrangements to be ready to cross the ocean. I've been here, I've done this before. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's not going to be easy to convince someone to do it, because these are very dangerous waters. We're going to need to make sure that we can bribe amply. So we're going to want a base of operations to get to make preparations and make maneuvers from.
Maybe we can find somebody who really likes bacon. We have that.
Well, worst comes to worst, we've already established at least that a lot of the land around on this plateau is farmed. So it's not like edge-to-edge cityscape. There is a little bit of, farmed land, so a little bit more sparse areas around on the plateau. So if you're just wanting to camp out a night, that's a possibility. But from that point, if you're just wanting to try and find whatever, we'll roll, gather information, and follow accordingly.
We could try to find a boat that is looking for people to work on it and kind of be hired help to just tag along and then get where we need to be. We don't have to buy a boat or be the reason the boat is sailing.
So it's true.
Nobody sails specifically to this place, though.
This would be similar to the
Not on
Deepwood
purpose.
in that this is a place that is known to be dangerous to enter. No value in going there. You'd need to find someone very specific.
Or we would need to pay
Or you have
very
to,
well.
right.
Or work our way on a boat that goes by and ask them to use like a boat that can, like a smaller boat that can get off of that one and we can go the rest of the way.
Right.
So, steal a lifeboat, essentially. Which is a little bit better than stealing a whole boat.
It could be part of the deal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll work, and then we'll leave your boat, and when we come back, we'll get it back to you. I don't know. We're in the habit of returning things this week, so
you've got some options available. So now we just kind of have to settle on what's the initial goal, and then we're just gonna roll for it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the only thing we could do is to get some more information. Like, we need to know if there's anybody around right now that's looking for help. Is that
we could try to go to like a bar or some kind of tavern near the pier.
Yeah.
Well, Serene had been
Okay.
had been renting a small room in the basement of one of the libraries in the city. So we could go talk to the librarian she had made friends with and had been kind of letting her study for a few months. She was there for months before she took the side job to go exploring.
Well, as a reminder on the layout of this, there's sort of multiple sort of cities around, and it sounds like you guys are wanting to get more information from the actual area around the docks, which is its own separate city. So if you want to go back to your library apartment, that is an option, but it'll be very far from the port town.
Something else to keep in mind is that we are not currently ourselves. And
That's
if
also
we're
true.
found, you could be endangering anyone that's a friend of yours if you ring them in on this.
True. Yeah, that might not be the best plan of attack. I'm open to suggestions. Maybe just finding a barn to camp behind and pitch a tent would be in our best interest tonight. Just so that we can have a little bit of time to rest and recoup, and then
Head to the docks in the morning when it's safer.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys are going to kind of spend a day or two kind of making your way on the down low, keeping away from the sort of bustling cities towards the actual port city, at the edge of the bastion. Now, I don't think don't really need to roll make camp. Your tracks are looking pretty good for the most part. There's a little bit of low spirit here and there, but we'll have plenty of opportunity to set that back. And now, we make our way to the actual port city of something port. We're going to roll a prefix. I'm not going to use any of the suffixes because that could wind up with things like something field. This is Wolfport.
Ooh.
Not too bad you don't have your wolf teeth necklace anymore.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. All right. So this is the port city of Wolfport. Now, this is not on top of the plateau. This is sort of down at the sea. So, the bastion is built on top of this large plateau region with steep sides that are fairly well guarded for the most part here and there. Just there's a lot of cities around the area, and it is beneficial if they all sort of guard a certain portion of that sort of edge of civilization on the cusp of the Ironlands. Now, on the eastern side, it drops off into the sea, and so there's a long, a little scary road that sort of wraps back and forth down the cliff that's been worked on for many years, carved into the landscape to allow traders down to the actual waters. And here, a thriving settlement has emerged and grown into its own full-blown city, separate from those atop the bastion, with its own separate culture and people. This has become less and less a pit stop on the way to the bastion, and more its own entity, Wolfport, where several people live and work serving the ships that bring people and trade goods from across the sea. So, Wolfport is, of course, home to many bars, taverns, and dives. So, you guys are going to be looking for information. What specifically are you going to be trying to figure out here? That is the first question.
If any ships are going to be making a trip that takes them even remotely adjacent to the shroud.
Everyone cool with that?
Yes.
All right, and who is going to be doing the asking? This is going to be a wits roll.
Probably best to have me do it. And I also have great momentum. Although so
true.
does Glane. And this is kind of Glane's plan, so I'm tempted to let him take lead on it.
All right, Glane.
Where are we going to be asking?
What's that?
Right.
Where are we going to be asking at?
Like the specific place here.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, presumably you guys might jump into a few different taverns in the area.
The Drunken Sea Turtle.
Hey, all right.
The Tipsy Turtle.
The
You got to work the alliteration in there.
I like it.
All right.
If we don't find anything here, we'll go over to the Sunken Snail.
No!
All right. So, Glane, you are going to be rolling Iron Roll 2 to reflect.
Before we do this,
Mm-hmm.
can we just post up at the bar and like order some drinks and just kind of like listen for a minute and see if there's any just loose chatter that we pick up before we just start cold calling people?
I think that'll still fall under gather information. Either way.
It's not like a secure an advantage before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd be down with a secure an advantage roll.
Knowing the angle of someone's jib before we just inject ourselves in their conversation.
That seems fair. Okay.
Already using that sea lingo.
Yeah,
Their
so let's
jib.
see here. So that's going to be...
Yay.
Observation, probably. Well, a little bit stealth. So let's go.
I have some story weaver abilities that could help with this, but we're trying to lay low at the same time, but it's not like there aren't an abundance of bards making their way around these taverns.
Yeah, I don't think sharing a poem or song is going to be the right action to take for this secure an advantage.
And I'm not lying, stealing, or cheating, and the only way I'm bluffing is by being a disguised person.
Yeah, so I'll give that.
They don't know the true me or them.
Yeah, I'd say we'll give that one wits, since you're not actually interacting with people. If you were actually kind of trying to talk people up a little bit beforehand, I'd make that a heart roll, absolutely. Which that works out in your favor because your heart roll is pretty low. So Iron Roll 2 to try and secure an advantage here. Trying to just kind of feel out the crowd a bit to know the right questions to ask. And yeah,
Hey.
You know what? Yeah. You've kind of been listening in and you're kind of getting a little bit of a feel for the crowd, trying to listen in on some good leads before you actually go off to gather information. So presumably you're taking the +1 since your momentum is capped. So that means this is going to be an Iron Roll 3. Because you've got a slight advantage here. Ooh, and a hit. Okay, so something helpful and specific. So you're trying to find information about someone who would be heading out close to the shroud. Probably, you don't expect anyone to actually be heading that way specifically. And yes, you do. You spend some time kind of maybe buying a few rounds here and there, sort of working your way into the crowd a bit, to trying to ask the right questions without drawing too much attention to yourself. And yes, you do find there is someone. only the best captain in Wolfport.
Ooh.
Let's see.
What's
here.
his name?
That's a great question. Wouldn't you like to know?
Gregory Wolfenstein.
Absolutely not.
The town was named after him because he's the best.
He's just
He
from the
was number
founding family,
one.
you see.
He was number 1.
Oh, well, we can't take that. That's too close. We can't take Torin.
Warbenheimerstein.
Let's see here. We look above and below. And we can't take Glenn. All right, it's Captain Barnes.
Barnes?
Captain Barnes.
Okay.
Captain Barnes.
Captain Barnes.
An old salty sea dog who is the only one known to at least the only one of those among Wolfport known to have sailed to the Shroud and returned alive to tell the tale.
What
He's
luck.
a local legend. Yes, what luck indeed.
Oh, I like hearing stories. Tell me these stories. Let me write down these stories.
Well, you'd have to talk to Captain Barnes about that. Because I don't know Captain Barnes' stories, of course. Only because I don't listen to him, because he's a bit out there. He's probably getting himself drunk right now at the Salty Snail.
No. No.
I thought you would be all over the Salty Snail.
No. Oh, yes.
Oh.
It just took a minute.
Come to think of it, yes, the salted snail.
Yeah. The salted snail. All right. Yeah, he's probably there getting drunk right now because he's I don't know why, but that's where he's been at the salted snail every night for the past week, drowning himself in the liquor.
Let's go pay him a visit.
All right, so we're gonna go find Captain Barnes at the Salted Snail. All right, well, after a little bit of asking around for directions, you're able to find the Salted Snail, a small building that is actually built over the waters a bit, on its own little stilted dock. Bearing a rough carving of a large frowning snail above the door, which unsettlingly reminds you of the mollusk that you
Ooh.
faced. But that's in the past. Don't need to worry about that. Don't need to fret. And the place is bustling with activity. There's music, there's singing, there's drinking, and the rest.
Lorraine's gonna kind of hold back. She's gonna kind of tap Glane on the arm and be like, "I'm pretty sure it's that guy over there." And she's going, I'm gonna be over here. She is not entirely sure, but thinks that was the guy who was captain of the ship that she came here on. And if he sails to her home continent, then if it's the same guy that she thinks it is, then we're going to be in for an interesting conversation.
So you know Captain Barnes.
She might. Like there's a chance.
Okay.
stick to Torg and I'll see what I can do.
What's
So I head
Blaine?
over to
All right.
Captain Barnes.
Yeah, he's
Order him.
unmistakable. He's a crusty old sea dog, drinking alone in the corner.
How do you greet him? Ahoy!
Ahoy!
I take a seat, maybe a seat away from him, wait for him to finish his current drink, and then I buy one and I slide it his way.
Oh, that is the way to greet him, I think. All right, let's see here. What is his? Oh no, wrong table. What is his? What is his overall descriptor? Okay, he's brave. All right. So a little bit sure of himself.
Maybe he's haunted by what he's seen near the spring of magic, and that's why he's drinking every night.
So we know that he's been here for like the past week or so, and presumably he's been to the Shroud long ago. If rumors of his daring do have sort of taken hold around the ports. So his current demeanor is probably unrelated to the Shroud itself. So let's see here. Let me see. Let me get another one of the. That's not it. I forgot the. There we go.
Look at Discord.
Oh, okay. Oh, yep. I have a thing here.
I still have just snails.
Perhaps. You still
Maybe.
have snails. Yes, that's good.
She has a suspicion. She could be wrong.
Well, I rolled a character goal oracle. 91 is his goal is to escape from something.
Uh-oh.
I think he's in trouble with something at the back with the Bastion. But
Didn't pay his taxes.
he's happy to he's not paid his taxes. He's happy to enjoy another drink, and all right. Now, is Glaine the one that's going to be doing the talking here? Because Glaine has a very low heart score, so not a
I think
particular.
I can even that out.
Okay, all right,
I'm a trickster, you see.
that's true. Okay, so you're securing an advantage here by getting him a drink here.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's start with that. Let's see how he takes to that. So this is this is a heart. This is a charm attempt on securing advantage. So that's only an iron roll 1. Wait,
charm,
but you
though,
are
if
bluffing. You are well, no, you're not actually bluffing or cheating at all or lying at
Is
this
it-
point.
I'll
Is
get them
it-
drunk.
Is it really a charm to buy an alcoholic alcohol? Like, I'm not sure that's a good.
You're trying to
Dobbs.
butter him up. You're trying to butter him up.
Oh,
That's
I
got to
heard
be
you're
a
the
charm.
best.
That's got to be a charming roll there. So that's an iron roll 1 for Glaine, unfortunately.
oh!
Oh,
I knew
no.
it. He bought him a natty light.
Your assumptions betray you. Pay the price. Pay with your blood. No, he turns you down. I won't take a drink on another man's coin. Not a stranger, at least.
Oh,
Well, you don't want to stay strangers, so say something.
Yeah.
This is Serene and Torgan like on Glaine's shoulders, whispering.
yes, we're trying to help you charm a man.
Yeah.
Classic.
Does
Classic.
Compliment his
Iron
beard.
Sword.
Compliment his beard. Say it's nice.
he like knock the drink over? Does he slide it back to me, or what's happening with that?
Let's see. What's his he'll probably have at least enough respect to just slide it back towards you.
Tell him you admire his soul.
Don't tell him that.
He slides the drink back to me, and I take a drink of it. And I was like, I just thought I was looking at someone who was possibly ready to take advantage of a profitable situation.
All right, so now I got to kind of figure out a little bit more of his deal here. Well, let's just roll. Would he be interested in a profitable situation? I mean, he's a
Ask him
sea
if his
captain.
legs-
I'm sure he would be.
Ask him if his legs hurt from running around your mind all day.
Serene makes her will save to not strangle Torgen, but only by one.
I'm trying to charm him here.
You're
No,
hanging out with
Blaine
me
is
on the
trying
other
to-
side of the. You are
Blaine is
hanging out
trying
with
to
me
charm
on the
him.
other side of the bar,
I'm trying to help him charm him.
and we're giggling to each other and making fun of Blaine from across the room.
Perfect.
We are being the teenage girls, okay? That's what we're doing right now, Turtle.
That's what you're doing.
That's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. You've caught his attention at least. He's at least kind of paying attention to whatever it is you're saying. He's not actively ignoring you.
Okay. I've got kind of a sure thing going for me, but I need to make sure that I can get to where I need to be. And I hear that if you need to get somewhere, that you've got the surest ship on the sea.
Ooh, all right. Ooh. Does he though? Or did he have the surest ship on the sea?
Ooh.
You know what? Let's 50-50 that. This could be interesting. 51, yeah, he's got the fastest ship. 50 or below, problem with that.
Oh,
Of course.
Whoa!
he's got a flying ship.
You've heard right. You've heard right.
It's enchantedly fast. Mysteriously
The
fast.
Flying Dutchman ship.
Perfectly fast.
Go
Got
on.
some. I've got some travelers with me. One of them's got some family that's very sick. They're trying to get to them before it's too late. Problem is, they live in the Shroud. It's a dangerous trip, but all we care about is
The
getting there.
Shroud!
Oh my god. Blaine, you just outed her as Nell.
And I said a friend.
Yeah.
I didn't say what you were or which friend. You're not even in the visual anything.
Well, let's just hope he's too drunk to remember this conversation in the morning.
Yeah.
Haven't you
No, we're not looking
the decency and respect to not be pulling me leg like that?
Especially since it's probably wooden.
I mean, I wasn't
No,
gonna
we're
so-
not
point
looking
it out.
for.
So remember that the Shroud is this mysterious place that very few people know of, where nobody goes, that's home to magical, mystical creatures, and nobody lives there except for the elves that nobody knows about?
Can we start over?
He's drunk.
Shroud adjacent them, I
I
mean.
think I can get the money going through his head. He won't even pay attention to this.
Uh-huh. What's your angle here?
We're not looking for anyone to step foot in that place. I wouldn't ask anybody of that. But if someone can get us close enough to that and get us in there to do what we need to do, any treasures that we find while we're there, we'd be happy to bring back to whoever's nice enough to get us there fast enough.
Wait, so at this point,
That's
are you
gotta be-
telling him that you do want to go to the Shroud, or you want to go to somewhere very close to it, but definitely not that place itself?
We want him to get us close.
Well, all right. Here's my question for you, the player, not the character, is how are you expecting to get the rest of the way there?
We'll have like a smaller boat on the side of the ship that we can leave off from.
The dinghy.
Yeah. Like a lifeboat or something.
Okay. So
you
rolling
remember the
off of his.
part- Hold on. You remember the part about eternal fog and stormy seas and magical mist, not safe to sail stuff, right? Like you haven't forgotten that part?
We're not heading to the shroud, but there's a little island beside the shroud, but we have to get to the shroud and walk there.
I think that's gonna effectively be the same thing.
There's an Applebee's right next to the shroud.
Really good
Yes,
for an Applebee's,
Like-
so it's
And the,
still not great.
and the coupon is only good there.
it's only good there.
Oh, maybe.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, I don't know how we're going to get in there no matter what we drive up in.
I mean, presumably.
Those tails are just to keep the normies out. We're special.
All right, so where do you go from here with talking with this guy? Like,
Ultimately, I communicate that if he can get us, close enough so we can get there the rest of the way, we'll bring him back any loot, any treasure, any artifacts that he can sell to get him wherever he wants to go next.
Ask him if he likes bacon.
let's try I guess a compel roll.
I don't.
Ugh. Yeah. All right, this is gonna be tricky. This is not gonna go well.
Maybe it's time for Serene to use some of her womanly wiles for this. That's
On
something
someone who doesn't like her.
something she'd be willing to do.
Serene's contemplating trying to rescue Glane because she can tell it's not going well.
He is floundering over there.
Like a flounder.
Morgan, do you want to go help him out? I'm
I-
still not sure it's a good idea for me to be interacting with that guy if he's who I think he is.
You know what? I could give it a try.
I make eye contact with Serene and Glane and kind of put a hand lowly, hold.
All right, hang on. It's grapes time. I'll be right back. Discuss your plans.
I think the dice have doomed you with this man.
So Serene's gonna kind of elbow Corrigan a little bit in the shoulder while they're, gossiping in the corner. She's gonna be like, if that guy is who I think he is, his ship is the fastest because it's enchanted. And he's kind of like me. Only, half? And not welcome where I'm from. He and Glane have a lot in common about taking things that maybe don't belong to them.
Oh,
Which is kind of why I'm a little hesitant to go talk to him. I'm not sure. I can't tell. I'm not picking up any magic readings on him. I can't feel him.
hey, you know what?
But- But
I
I'm
can,
a little concerned.
I can see that deep down he's got a good heart, and I think I can talk to him.
Be careful and keep your hand on your valuables.
All right, what's the plan
Ooh.
here?
Morgan's gonna go talk to him.
Okay.
I would like to go try to talk to him,
Torgan's gonna interject.
if that's
Serene.
okay.
Serene briefly kind of gave Morgan the overview on who she thinks he might be, and if she's right,
Unless
then-
Glane has any other ideas, of course. I wouldn't want to step on Glaine's
Of course not.
groove if he has any other ideas. Did we lose Glane?
Oh, yeah, I was muted the whole time.
Oh, that's
Um,
nice.
I think we were waiting for Dobbs to say like a reaction to something that I had said to him. He was like thinking about what the next thing he was going to tell me, but then he left.
Let's see. So basically, there is conceivably no way to get most of the way there. Basically, if you got off on the dinghy and sailed into the fog, you would probably not return. Not because it's a really enjoyable place to be, but because you'd all be dead.
Oh,
Please don't TPK us at this point.
that's the end of
That would
season
not be
1,
me doing
folks.
it. That is me giving you fair warning.
But if we were on the boat and went the whole way there, it would be different, or any boat that tries to go through that fog is done.
Competent captain with a well-prepared, equipped
Knowledge.
ship might fare.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Captain Barnes he's got the know-how to get there. That no other captain does.
That's how his theme song goes.
Suspiciously.
But convincing him to actually take you there, that's the part we're hung up on now. Because because this isn't just about money. I'm risking my very crew's life, my own ship. So you're really gonna have to come up with some way to convince him. I just don't know what that is yet.
I take what he says and kind of look at Torgan and kind of eye him over, like, whatever you're going to try. Give your best shot right now.
Okay. I would like to come over
Okay.
with none of my pickup lines. I'm going to come over and I'm going to attempt to compel him to tell me what his problem is. That's what I would like to do. Like, what you seem a little down, friend. What's going on in your life? I got a free ear, and you know, I've been told that I'm a good listener.
You know what? You have been told that. So let's see here. All right, let's just have you roll heart then. I'm checking to see if there's anything that any of your assets that would apply, and I don't see anything. So it'll just be a flat out iron roll 3.
I mean, I'm trying to aid Torgan. Is that a loyalist, or does that just have to be in battle?
Aid Glane.
Aid Glane.
Yeah, you're Torgan.
I'm Torgan.
You're Torgan.
So loyalist does not apply here.
It would if you want him to be making the move, which ultimately him making a heart move not super great.
Then no.
Honestly, Torgan would probably have better luck just going in on his own.
Yeah. I'm gonna play therapist here for a second and see if
Alright.
this. Yeah, he likes me.
What was that?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah. Let's see here.
Serene's gonna kind of edge around the crowd and kind of bob and weave a little bit. She doesn't want to be noticed, but she wants to be close enough to hear.
Well, that tops off Torgan's momentum as well. So what is the nature of Captain Barnes's problems? He's obviously got something going on right now. and has for a little bit. A rumor. Okay, so let's see here. Is this... Ooh, demand rumor. All right, that could work for kind of something I'm thinking of. He mentioned that, you know, money's not going to cut it payment wise. He's sacrificing. He's putting his ship and his crew on the line with a journey to the Shroud. Demand rumor. Perhaps he's heard rumor of something within the Shroud that he's never seen for himself. He's been there. He's traveled to the Shroud. But some mystery evades him still. Which he might be interested in that. That doesn't explain why he's currently up in arms about stuff. But that's interesting. We've learned a little bit here. Betray barrier. He's been betrayed. A mutiny?
Maybe
That's
somebody.
a good point.
Maybe he ran a mission and somebody didn't pay him like they were supposed to.
Maybe.
Maybe something went wrong.
Maybe he gave someone a ride to the Shroud once before, and they've betrayed him. Like they've run off into the Shroud.
Perhaps. Yeah. Okay. I do like that. He made the trip. He made the trip to the Shroud once before.
Taking passengers like we want.
Yeah, that was the last time he went that way, and someone betrayed him, fled into the depths of the Shrouded Lands with something of value that Captain Barnes wants back. Oh, that works.
Something not worth money, but something personal.
Something very dear to him, something very personal.
Or someone.
Ooh, spicy. I like that.
His cat.
His cat. Shut up.
There's a catnapper on the loose.
It's a serial catnapper.
His beloved.
Kid, maybe, since he's older.
Maybe a parrot.
A parrot.
It's a pirate.
He's not a pirate. He's a captain.
He's a captain of in Iron Lands.
Okay. Yeah. A memento.
He is a little suspicious.
A memento.
He could be wrong. We
not,
don't know yet.
Not just a memento. A chest of valuables.
Maybe something magical.
Perhaps. All right. His
Jack Sparrow's special compass.
Yes. He's got a chest of valuables that he kept in his quarters, and the last time he went to the Shroud, someone basically ran off with it into the unknown, and he was never able to retrieve it.
Well, lucky him, because we just happen to be adventurers. Lucky man.
Yeah.
Maybe I offer him our services.
Okay. In exchange for travel.
In exchange for travel, yeah. Passage to the Shroud. And
Let's
we
see
can prove ourselves. We can show who we are. Maybe tales have gotten to this area of us that go from town to town helping people. Quantum Leap style.
Plane does have wyvern daggers.
It's true.
I've got the eyeball of a mollusk.
Let's see. Let's have another compel roll for this. Iron roll 3. this might dip into momentum if it goes bad. A weak hit. They want something in return.
That works out story-wise.
Actually, that does kind of line up. It's like yes, he'll take you to the shroud, but you have to set out to reclaim what's his.
Maybe he demands an iron vowel.
Yes. I wouldn't take it on just anyone's word. But you say you're Ironsworn, are you? Swear me one of your famed vows that you'll reclaim what's mine, and then we'll have a deal.
I say we have no other choice. Everybody agree?
Yep.
Okay. Swear on my shield and talking sword, we will reclaim what is yours.
All right.
But I do have one other traveler with me that you may know already. And
We
I
don't know
call-
that for sure.
Yeah,
She's undisguised.
We'll roll for it.
She's not serene right now.
Oh, okay. Well, then, I mean, never mind.
Maybe not.
She's undercover. We're all undercover. We're not
Strangers. We're
We're all
strangers,
strangers.
you
We're all
see.
strangers. All right.
Yeah.
So you need to roll heart to swear this vow.
perfect strangers.
So Serene's gonna come. Serene sees what's happening. She comes kind of up behind Torgan and puts kind of one hand on Torgan's shoulder and the other hand on Glaine's shoulder. Just kind of tentatively like, okay, what's going on, boys?
So let's see. What is the difficulty of this vow? So this is sort of a side journey here. It's separate, sort of tangent from the main quest here of searching out the elves and the centaurs in the shroud. Now apparently there's also a missing treasure. Let's see here. But it is clear what you must do next. Well, hop on a ship and go to the shroud. That's easy enough. Let's see. This sounds like this is going to be a dangerous quest once we get there. And it may spawn off other mini threads as well. Okay, but the vow is successfully sworn. Very well, Ironsworn. I accept your word. Let's see, how soon? When can you leave?
Serene checks her notebook. And
We sail at dawn.
At dawn,
supplies. Dawn.
after a few more drinks.
Very good. Another round then. And
So
with
Serene's
that,
close now. Does she feel like she knows? Like, does she feel like she's seen this person before?
So let's see here. So let's see. Your thought. That's the direct message there. About your.
Like, does she know? Like, has she seen this person before? Like, does she know who this is?
Is that directly for the Discord message?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's roll for it. Let's give that a 50-50.
That I was feeding you lore potential.
Oh well, I mean that's fine. All right, we've got a sea transit going now.
It's Serene's father. No.
Surprise. No.
Okay. No. She looks real hard and just like, maybe
No.
this isn't maybe this isn't quite. This doesn't quite fit. Okay, this guy seems sketchy, but not who I was concerned.
So here is, let's see, sea travel. This will be interesting because I don't know that the engine is specifically built for sea travel, but we're gonna fit it to it somehow. Weird that you guys might be making the rolls, since you're just basically passengers at that point. So we'll see how it works. But we have a very clear direction now. You guys will be setting out from Wolfport in the morning with Captain Barnes and his crew, heading for the Shroud, in hopes of finding the elves guarding the Mana Spring and perhaps the Centaurs. Do we
Let's
press
go.
on?
It's dawn.
I'm kind of falling asleep on y'all. To be
All right.
honest.
Then we will save that one for next time.
Seems like a good place to start.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Look at that. Clear direction. Well, everyone, thank you for joining. This has been Ironsworn, episode 17. Join us next time for episode 18, where we start sea travel, and I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
What could
When-
go wrong?
When is our bye week again?
I don't know.
That would be the 16th. So we've still got a week.
No, you got one more.
2 weeks.
We've got next
more,
week
and
and
then-
then a bye week.
Okay.
All right. Excellent.
We got a lot accomplished today.
We did. Everyone, thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.